Today, now going over to the political part of the podcast, you have Vivek on the TikTok ban being a Trojan horse. Now, Vivek over on X Twitter says, quote, "If you're worried about Biden censoring the speech of his political opponents, it's not a good idea to give him even greater executive authority to do more of it in the name of national security," unquote. And it looks like they got a little over 400,000 views, but only 16,000 likes. This is one of the most hot topics when it comes to, you see a delineation or divide in the Republican Party or the GOP, whatever you want to call it these days. But a lot of people are saying just ban it outright. And a lot of people are saying, well, is it because Vivek and Trump allegedly have some financial gain, or they have some friends who are associated with financial gain of ByteDance, the parent company behind TikTok? And Thomas Massie, so Vivek is responding to Thomas Massie's post. Thomas Massie said, quote, "The so-called TikTok ban is a Trojan horse. The president will be given power to ban websites, not just apps. The person breaking the new law is deemed to be the U.S. or offshore internet hosting service or app service, not just a foreign adversary," which is quite concerning to say the least. And again, when it comes to, Thomas Massie went viral to say the least. He got 16.3 million views and 33,000 likes from his original post. And again, once you give the government power, they basically never willingly give it up. And more often than not, I would argue, over time, both left and right, people in power abuse the power. So again, this could be the slippery slope that just lets the government ban every app. That's the big downside that this could be. And I'm not sure how you could have the vernacular be so specific. Now, again, if our government was actually working well, be one of those instances, be much more articulate in the wording of all these bills, though I suspect they also want to give themselves unlimited power, so they keep everything very vague and broad. But I think this might be one of the most divisive stances that Trump and Vivek have taken in the past 6 months when it comes to the general consensus of the GOP for this particular topic. Because again, a lot of people are saying there's not a lot of upside to this product. It's basically Chinese spyware. It makes kids dumber and more mentally ill in the United States. It glorifies things we don't want. Is very little benefit, especially for kids. Now, on the other side, you have millions of businesses that utilize it to increase their sales. One of the reasons the Stanley Cups flew off the shelves with women paying everywhere from $40 to $50 to $300 to $400 for a little thermos, though it is pink with a Starbucks little font script on it. One of the reasons it went so viral is because of TikTok. It's enormously addictive, and it helps businesses increase their sales by having products and services go viral. Now, going to the comments, let's see. You have Trump's Burger saying, quote, "Don't forget our founding fathers gave us the First Amendment," unquote, getting 32 likes. Libercat Media TM says, quote, "So basically, in this whole room of NPCs, and it says free speech is dangerous unless liberals control it," unquote, getting 33 likes. Libercat Media TM also says the left doesn't care. They want to censor everything and anything they disagree with or that hurts their feelings, unquote, getting 18 likes. Dave Benner, nemesis of neocons, says, quote, "Absolutely, we cannot." What? Well, I thought perhaps he has a grammatical error. However, it's just my speaking ineptitudes and how I was attempting to read it. Now, I do have a theory. When I first started the show, I had a lot of grammar errors. I stumbled over my words. I spoke way too fast, even faster than now, believe it or not. But as the subscriber count has increased, I've become a little bit better at my speaking proficiency. Some might argue some modicum of improvement, barely at all, but I think it is a little bit of improvement. So if you could click that button, the subscribe button specifically, or if you already subscribed, appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it because I think it is increasing my speaking abilities and decreasing the speaking ineptitudes. Let's find out if that theory is true together. Now, again, my attempted speech with Dave Benner, nemesis of neocons, he says, quote, "Absolutely, we cannot this Trojan horse legislation to lay the groundwork for the regulation of the internet and the erasure of dissident websites," unquote, getting 18 likes. Zeno says, quote, "Ah, yes, the good old pastime of the U.S. government, sacrificing freedoms for security," unquote, getting 21 likes. And spoiler alert, this already passed. Was it the House or the Senate? And it goes over, let's see here, TikTok ban passed. I believe it passed the Senate and then goes to the House. Let's see here. House passes. Yeah, so the House passed the TikTok bill. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the Senate. Granted, most likely than not, Biden is going to sign off on it. And of course, it'll be interesting to see what kind of lawsuits are brought forward with, of course, the First Amendment. You also have a couple more comments. You have, many comments, but here are the top ones. You have just some lady saying, quote, do not rush any bills through, especially when it's a First Amendment issue, and especially during the election year, unquote, getting 7 likes. Final Cut Michigan says, quote, this government will stop at nothing in its quest for more power. The sooner we realize this and stop funding them, the easier the fight will be, unquote, getting 5 likes. So let's see. Just Travis Cook says, quote, true, give him an inch and he will take a mile, as all politicians would do. How would we keep this action to just TikTok then? Something has to be done, unquote, getting 4 likes. So I'm scrolling more and more. I'm actually pretty surprised. I thought there would be more contrarian statements or people trying to ratio Vivek. Interestingly enough, it looks like overwhelming support for Vivek's take on this particular opinion or particular topic with his opinion. And it will be interesting to see because, again, giving the government any power I'm always pretty skeptical of. For the specific app of TikTok, I don't see much benefit in terms of, especially, I don't see much benefit of any kid being on any social media these days, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, or X, Twitter. It'll be interesting to see what the long-term results is or what kind of lawsuits are filed or how this gets done. What do you think? Do you think we should give the government the power to just ban any app they want? Do you think there should be some vernacular where we somewhat try to limit it to this, knowing that they might just use it as precedent later, or they might just try to expand it? As always, it'll be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how to make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.